Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in the previous video, we talked about installing Docker in your Ubuntu system, and we also talked about few commands such as pull image command, creating a container command, right? So in today's video, we'll be deep diving more into the Docker commands. So the only purpose of this lecture is to talk about that only. Okay, talk about the multiple Docker commands. So I'll be listing down some important commands which will be very helpful for you while you are working with the Docker. Okay, so for starters, we have a pull command. Okay, pull image command. So it's same. I have told you earlier as well. So before this, in the previous lecture, I pulled the latest version of the Nginx, right? So in this lecture, we'll be talking about the I'll be taking up the second other version of the Nginx, right? So to do that, what I'll do is I'll do docker pull Nginx, and then I have to specify the version name which I want to pull. So I'll do 1.26. So it started pulling the image, and yeah. So you might have seen that this download have been done comparatively faster than the previous pull that we did for the Nginx. Okay, so reason behind this is we have multiple as I said Nginx sits on the application layer, right? So if you have installed one version of the Nginx, so multiple other layers from that version is installed as well, correct? And when you are trying to pull the, I'll say, lower version, okay, then for that lower version, most of the layers, by layers I mean this, they have already been downloaded and they might have same configurations as well, right? So if you pull a different image of the same application, so by different image I mean the different version of the same application, so some of the pull might already be completed in the previous pull, okay, and some might require some upgrades. So when you are pulling the image second time, but for the different version, only those pulls will be shown over here in the logs for which the configuration does not match, or some of the I'll say modules are missing. I can just define it in the terms of modules only, okay? So whatever extra things are required for the new image, only those will be downloaded in brief, okay? Now I have pulled the image. So if I check for Docker images, so if you do the Docker images, you get all the images that are in your system, okay? So you can see in the previous lecture I pulled this image, so it is latest one, and today right now I pulled this 1.26, okay? So this created is the, I think, image specified key when it was created, okay? So the latest version of Nginx was created 5 weeks ago. For this is also 5 weeks ago. So okay, so this might be updated, I am hoping, okay? Now next, if I want to check all the containers that are running, I'll do docker ps and -a, okay? So my latest Nginx is running, okay, and my hello world is running, fine. They are running on they are not running on any ports right now, okay? Now if I want to run this Nginx as well, so what I need to do is docker run Nginx and specify the version as well, okay? Oh, my bad. Okay, so this also started to run, and if I do docker ps a So you can see my nginx 1.26 image is also running, and it is running on port 80. Okay. Anyways, when this is when I'm running it like this, it is running in an attached mode. Okay. So to shut down this container, so container is the running image. Okay. So when this image is running nginx 1.26, so a new container is created, right? So I need to shut down this particular container right now. So I'll just do control and C. Okay. And if I come over here and I do docker PSA, so yeah, you can see it is exited 9 seconds ago and it has not been allocated any ports. So what PS and this A does, so this is more of, it will give you all the containers that have been running before. Okay. And all the like before all the running containers and all the stopped containers. I apologize for the mismatch of the words. So docker ps minus a will give you all the containers which are currently running or which have been running before. So by running before, they are the stopped containers. Okay. So that's why we are seeing all this. So this nginx is already stopped, so that's why no port is assigned to it. This one is already stopped. We stopped it right now over here. Okay. So now I will tell you how to run a container in a detached mode. So by detached mode, it means ki no output that you were seeing before. So what I'll do is I'll do docker run nginx. Okay. So this is attached mode. And now in the new site, I'll do docker run nginx 1.26. Okay. And what I need to add over here is docker run image. Yeah. So for this, I will do only this. So this will run the nginx 1.26 in a detached mode. So if you do control C, there will be no issues with this. So I'll show you docker PSA. So you can see my nginx is running at port 80 as well, and nginx 126 is running on port 80 as well. Okay. So these both nginx are running on port 80, and they are under the running state. Okay. Now if I this is my attached mode, I have run the latest nginx in the attached mode, and if I do control C, okay, and now do docker PSA, you can see my latest nginx version has stopped working. Okay. And all these names that are over here, they are defaultly provided by the docker only. Okay. Yeah, so I think I have explained the attached and detached mode as well. So in detached mode, no output like this, like no output in the terminal will be displayed. It will just give you the container ID. So if you see 2330 db and I check it over here, so 2330 db, so it will just give the output of the container ID. Okay. Now if I want to start or stop the container, so I'll do the nginx latest version only. So this is my docker container. Okay. And like if I want to start it, so what I'll do is I'll copy this over here, docker start, Control Shift V. Okay. So this container has started, and we got the output as the container ID. And if I do docker PSA over here, so you can see my nginx latest version has also started, and it is running under the port 80. Okay. Similarly, if you want to stop any container, just do docker stop and pass the container ID, and it will stop. Okay. Now if I do docker PSA, you can see my latest nginx has been stopped. Okay. I'll be starting it again as well. Okay. Yeah. Actually, if I do docker ps, is it Okay. Oh yeah, cool. Fine. That's perfect. So if I show you, so if you do Docker PS, you will get all the containers that are currently running. So you don't need to deal with all the stopped containers when you do the Docker PS space A. So you can just do Docker PS and you will get all the running containers on your Docker right now. Okay. Huh. So I have explained the running as well. Now there's one thing that I want to talk about. So you can see both of the engines are running on the same port, right? Which is not right, to be honest, because if we like try to operate on NGX 1.26, so it will give us the port error, like port allocation error. So it's mostly like port already in use. Okay, so we need to avoid this. So if we are running multiple instances of same application, like by multiple instances I mean different versions, it can be same version as well. So wait, let's check if it is the same version as well. Okay, if I do a Docker PXA, sorry, yep, we can run the same version as well. Oh, let's do for B. So I'll just stop this container which I recently started. Okay, so over here you can see I did the docker stop command over here, but this attached mode logs have stopped. Okay, okay, so Docker PS is here. Now if I want to run like different instances or different ports, so what I can do is I can do docker run engines. Okay, so over here docker run P, I'll do the host port. So let's say my host port is 4000 and the port I want to run it on is 4200. Okay, and I start it. So in the dashboard it will start, and if over here I run my docker nginx 1.26 version under my host port will be 4000 right now, and my docker container port will be 4300. Then I will just do nginx 1.26. Okay, error is port. Oh, cha, okay, host port is already on use. So I can keep the container ID same, but I can change the port. So this is what I was saying. So port is already a locate issue will come if both of your instances are running for the same port. Now if I do docker ps, so you can see this nginx 1.26 will be running on 4100 port, and docker nginx will be running on the 4000 port. Okay, and they will be directly communicating with the 4200. So this will be my container ID. Okay, this one 4200. So it's mostly let me show. So this is my host port and this is my container. Okay, so I have two different applications. So before, what was happening is ki they were both communicating with this. Okay, and this was communicating with this. Oh, what happened? Okay, so when so this is my nginx. Okay, this is my nginx 1.26. Okay, this is my host and this is my container ID. Okay, so before I did the binding of the ports, this was happening. Okay, so if I do before binding, so yeah, so this was happening before binding. Okay, now after binding, okay, so I'll just copy this. Okay, why it is not completely copied? Okay, so what I did after binding is key. Okay, Control V. So they started communicating with the different port. Okay, they started communicating with different, my Nginx latest version started communicating with different port, and both of these ports, so one was 4100 and one was 4200. Okay, yeah, this is the one. Okay, 4000 and 4100. 4100, and my container ID still remained the 4200. Okay. Sorry. So yeah, this happened after the binding. So if I say, like in brief, we just stopped both of these applications to use one port, one host port, and then create the container ID, container port, by splitting the different hosts for both of them, so that there is no conflict in the IP port usage. And as I said, the container ID will be running on one port only. So this made it more simpler for our both the application to communicate independently. Okay. Okay, and now moving on. So we have these stopped containers, right? If I do docker ps, oh sorry. So we have these containers, not the stopped ones, my bad. So like I have docker ps a, but docker ps a, all these are my stopped containers. So if I want to remove a stopped container, what I can do is this one is stopped, right? So I'll take the container ID, the container name. Okay, and I do docker rm for the remove, and then pass on the container name. So it will give me the output of the container name. And if I do docker psa now, you can see my hello world container, which has the name of magical Jennings, has been removed. Okay. Now also to docker images. Now if I want to remove any image, so I'll just take the name of the image. So let's suppose I want to remove hello world right now. I'll do docker save rm and then image name. Okay, so no such container. Oh sorry, this is rm. So I'll do docker rmi, so remove image. So first it's untags, then unstages, and then deletes. Okay, now if I check my docker images, so I'll get just nginx and nginx 1.26. Okay, so I think this is fine. Oh yeah, one more thing. So for the detached versions, like for the attached we get these logs, right? these. For the detached versions, if you want to check the logs, what you can do is, why is it not working? Yeah. So you can just do docker. First I need the container name, right? So I will have the container name. So let's suppose I'm taking the nginx 1.26. So crazy shammer. This is the container name that I'm taking. So what I'll do is, I'll just first clear it. Okay. So I'll do docker logs, then myself, and then the container. So it will also start giving me the logs for that particular container. Okay. I think this this lecture has gone way too much. So yeah, I'll just stop it right now. If there's something else, we'll learn it while we are working with the Docker.